What's up, guys? This is Taylor, the real estate investor, coming at you guys with another video. Throughout this video, I'm going to be talking about actually getting my deal under contract. And so we were house hunting for about a month. We made about a dozen offers, and about on that exact 12th offer, we got under contract. It was kind of funny. We were actually looking at a house, and while we were looking at it, my agent got an email saying that our offer got accepted. And like, I didn't even know how to take it. Like, I honestly was a little speechless, and I was like, this is for real now. Like, we're under contract, we're in a legal contract, this is no more games or anything. This is completely serious. So the whole getting under contract process was pretty tedious, the actual dealing with lenders and everything. So we got under contract April 3rd, and we're supposed to close May 3rd, but we actually didn't close until June, the 1st of June. And that was because, my lender exactly wasn't the best, if I'm being honest. They made a bunch of mistakes on the whole underwriting process, and there was just a really big lack of communication between everybody, and that was the biggest reason why it got delayed. So during the actual contract process, it's going to be an immense amount of paperwork. Like, I'm sure, people that have been diving deep into this a lot, you hear this sometimes, and it seriously is. Like, I had probably at least like 5 papers to sign, like, every single day, and like some of them are really, urgent on time. Like, they'll email you some document and they'll be like, hey, you need to get this sent back to us within the next 24 hours or the deal might fall through, which was like kind of crazy, and when you're going under contract, there's a few ways that your deal could fall through. You could fall through because of the appraisal. That was one of our first reasons why the deal might have not gone through. There's about like 4 different occasions where the deal actually might have not gone through when we actually thought that we were going to lose it. So the first time was with the appraisal, and so we offered $500,000 flat. They were asking $460,000. And so the issue that this might cause of having such a high offer is because something called an appraisal gap, and banks will only lend you the amount of money that it gets appraised for. And what an appraiser is somebody that comes in, goes to the house, looks at every single aspect of it, and gives and they pretty much tell you the value of it. And so our appraiser came out, and we weren't sure if it was going to get appraised high enough, because if it gets appraised only at like $460,000, you have to come up, like for our example, if it got appraised only at $460,000 and we offer $500,000, we'd have to come up with an additional $40,000 in cash on top of all of our down payment and everything, which is insane. So you have to really be careful exactly what you're offering, and when you're offering, you're gonna have to offer what the amount of appraisal gap you will cover. And so in our contract, we offered that we will cover up to $13,000 of the appraisal gap. So that actually worked out to be pretty well. So the appraiser came in, he appraised the house at $485,000. So we had to go just like $2,000 down. So we technically bought the house for $498,000. And so we were pretty stressed out, because if it were to get appraised too low, the seller technically has the right to back out, and they could back out and go get a better offer. It really comes down to what that appraise comes back at and how the sellers take it. And like I said, it's literally just a ton of paperwork. I would really make sure you budget everything correctly for how much your costs are going to be. Talk to your lender, like, ask, like, if I were to make a offer at $500,000 with a 3.5% down payment, what's exactly going to be my upfront cash to close? And so another reason why we thought it was going to fall through is because how much the closing got extended, and the seller completely had the right to back out at any time at this point because how much it got extended. Fortunately, I think it was like purely luck or something that they stick through the whole process. They were pretty chill about it. The bank actually paid them $250 per day that it got delayed. So at closing, they got paid like almost $9,000 extra from the bank because of delaying. So I'm guessing that's the main reason why the deal didn't fall through. Another reason why the deal could have fallen through is because they didn't estimate our cash to close correctly. And so I gave them a $7,500 earnest money deposit, and they said after that you owe $18,000 left to close it, including the down payment and closing costs. And then literally within like 5 days before closing, they said, oh, we actually mistyped this all wrong, and it's actually $29,000 that you have to come up with now. So our $18,000 went up to $29,000. So like I said, be really clear exactly how much your closing costs, your cash to close, are going to be. It was just a really tedious process. I think working with banks just in general is just a total pain. If I'm being honest, this was probably the toughest part of the entire process, and it was definitely the most stressful. I kept my chill through the whole thing, but I was incredibly stressed through that entire time, because for any of those reasons, when you give somebody a earnest money deposit, it's like you basically giving some skin in the game, so then the seller knows that you're serious. Because if the deal were to fall through on something like the appraisal coming in too low, they could actually keep your earnest money deposit. So we would lose that $7,500, and they would just be able to keep that in their bank account. And that was the main reason why I was super stressed. And also so really stressed because we got all the furniture and everything, and I just really wanted this deal. So that's pretty much a summary of how my whole closing process went. It was the most tedious process of the entire, from step one to the final step. So I would just make sure you're working with a good lender. That'd be probably my biggest tip through this whole process. So I hope this is a little bit clear on everything to help make your closing process potentially sooner when you guys get your first property. But that's my video for today.